I was really worried about injury. Like, I've never been someone who gets injured, I think, because when you start running and being so active as a kid, for me it worked that I just always had such a good base. I was pretty flexible. I could, run and jump and throw and whatever. And I never had injuries as a kid or as a 20-year-old. And when I was starting again, I was very aware that my body was not what it was before. It had been broken and put back together. And I had, like a great chance to be patient. And, I remember when Gerard, you first sent me that session, like the first week, it was so slow on a Monday morning for like 20 minutes. This is, come on, like I've just proved to you that I can run, so let's do it. And I listened to what you said, and I had to trust what you were going to say, because like you and I kept talking about, it wasn't that I had an event in 10 weeks that I needed to run for. It was life that I was preparing for. And I want to be able to run. Like, I think Jordan and I talked about this a lot when I was sick. Like, I just want to, do you want to go for a run tomorrow? Sure, let's go. Like, do you want to go for a bike ride? Yes. I want to be able to say yes to this stuff. And that, to me, coming back to your previous question, like about health, like I want to be able to go for a swim in the ocean. I want to be able to meet up for a friend and go for a jog around the tan and not have to think about it, and it not be a process and a worry. And I've reached that point where I'm so happy running and I'm so happy bike riding that I can't imagine, like, it's probably a little less, it's not as hard as what I thought it was going to be. Like, some of the sessions are hard, but it's really simple. Like, you just consistently train a few days a week. Like, I've had friends similar time to me a year and a half ago say, like, I'm going to do that too. I'm going to start running again. And they'll do it. And bless them. I love hearing about it, but it's, I did that 5K run 3 days ago, but I'm pretty sore. Like, I'm not going to run again until next week. Or they'll go hard three days in a row and then have the rest of the week off. And I now can, run almost 40K a week, bike riding twice a week. And I'm not sore. I don't wake up and I can't do it every day. I'm fine. I can run.
You hit that 10K reasonably quickly as well before the year was up. And in fact, like you just said before, you ran your first 15K over the weekend, which would have just been so exciting. How's that feeling now? And you've been running 5K PBs left, right, and center. You've just been getting faster and faster. So how's that all feeling now?
Yeah, it feels amazing. I hit 10K without really meaning to. Like, I say it's easy, like it's simple. It's not easy. The simplicity of the training, and like I could talk about TriVelo till the cows come home, but the simplicity of knowing like that you just have to turn up and do this run. It's an easy pace so that you can just go out and enjoy it and just run light and run easy. And then you get a chance to push a bit more in a couple sessions, or you might get a chance to run a bit longer on a Sunday. So there's always an opportunity to test yourself in that way. And my Sunday run started out at, 30 minutes, and then 35 minutes, and then 40 minutes, and then 50 minutes. And then one session I just ran 10 kilometers, and I talked the whole time to Michael, and it was like, at the end of every run we were high-fiving and like jumping up and down, because it was, this is the longest run I've done. And then I ran 10, like it didn't feel like I thought it was. I didn't feel so tired. Like, pre-cancer, anytime I'd gone for a long run, I would honestly sleep for the rest of the day because it took a lot out of me, and I was pushing myself in the wrong way. I wasn't working at that optimal, anaerobic or aerobic capacity. It was hard. And now I can run 10K a couple times a week in different sessions. I'm not worried about breaking times or PBs. I'm just running at a consistent and comfortable pace, and then slightly pushing it a bit for whatever the session calls for. And then, Sunday I ran for an hour and 22 minutes and I ran 15 kilometers. And I know I did it because I'm present for it and I'm here for it and I document it. But it's truly unbelievable that, 18 months ago, I had the biggest surgery of my entire situation, journey. It was a bowel resection where they took out the tumor and all the damaged bits. I had a hysterectomy. I had my ovaries removed. I had my colostomy turned into an ileostomy. I had, a catheter put in for the next 8 weeks because that was all damaged too. And I couldn't walk out of hospital. I had to get a wheelchair and I couldn't do anything. And that was probably the lowest point of my entire life, was lying in bed after that surgery and just thinking, what is the point? Like, I'm done. This is horrible. And, I was recovering really slowly and it was, I couldn't do anything that I enjoyed, walk or meditate or yoga, anything that I built into a system to help me survive was effectively gone at that point. And to have come from that point to last weekend, 18 months later, cancer-free, running 15 kilometers, I'm not anyone special because I genuinely started from the lowest of the low.
The perspective, it's just incredible to remember back, and that's what we want to do a lot and we should do it. We should look at where we've come from on our journeys the whole time, and it keeps putting perspective. When you can't walk for more than a minute, and now you can run for an hour and 22. It doesn't matter about how quick you did it, but you can actually function to whatever you want to do, and you've epitomized that incredibly, and your ability just to follow 100% the program and not deviate and not do your version of it, and trust the process, and not get sore and not have to have days off to recover because you did your version of, I'll stuff that, I'm going to run harder today, and know that there are days when you can push yourself, and that's the day to do it, and today's not the day, and then now the day is to do it, and great, it's fun. I've put a smile on my face because I'm huffing and puffing more than I have before. But to gradually let your body absorb more and more load as a journey, that's what you've experienced, and that's why you've got to this end point, and it's not the end point. This is where you've got to right now, and there'll be more successes along the journey as you progress, and whether you want to go further, and you've smashed your 5K PB to from 30 minutes to 25. Now you're below 25 minutes. I think you're in 23. The sky's the limit, but that's not the important thing. The important thing is actually the process of each day, each hour, and focusing on that. And that's what you do so really well. And you're a shining example we coach a lot of people over the years, and not many people have the dedication to it that you have, and the patience. And that's something you should be incredibly proud of, I think.